Hello everyone, this is Charlotte of the Boyer Family Singers blog, and today I'm here to answer all of your questions that you asked in my Q&A post. I'm so blessed by all the questions that you asked, and I'm thankful that you wanted to ask me some questions. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start off with graphic design and blogging questions. So Ashley Faith asked, how did you learn web and graphic design? So my dad is a graphic designer and marketer, and he actually has his own business at present, being a professional marketer for, freelance marketer for different businesses. And so a couple years ago, I thought, I want to learn what Dad does. I want to be able to relate to him in that way. And what he does is really cool. He designs soccer balls and advertisements and things like that. And so I asked him about it one day, and it just kind of took off from there. He gave me books to study for school, and he purchased an Adobe Creative Suite for both him and myself to work with. And I learned Photoshop, Illustrator, and just over time through his critiquing, I learned how to do graphic design. And I learned web design because of our blog. I began to learn how to code, and I found that graphic design feeds right into web design. And I was using text and visuals, and I got really into photography and using that, and I just gained a lot of inspiration from different bloggers and magazines and things like that. And I always wanted to take things to the next level. And so web design just kind of jived with me in that way. It kind of fed right off of graphic design, and that's how I learned it. The next question is from Kelly H, and she asks, have you put your web design knowledge to use by designing a live website yet? Yes. Other than our blog, which I designed on wordpress.org, I've also created our singing website for the Boyer sisters. I created that website, and I also did a client's website, which she is a copy editor. So that was my first totally independent project other than our girls' blog and singing. So I have designed 3 sites so far, and I hope to do more in the future. Next question is from Esther. Photography advice, please! Do you use manual mode on your camera? If so, do you kind of know right off the bat what settings to put it on, or do you do a little experimenting before each shoot? Definitely both. I do use manual mode, and I do experiment a little bit, even though I know the basic scale that the f-stop and the shutter speed and the ISO will have to be on. So I just kind of test it out a little bit, do a couple test shots. Once I get a setting that I like, then I'll stick with that. Over time, I have learned which shutter speed goes with which type of lighting. That's definitely the thing I change the most is the shutter speed. I hate touching the ISO. Big pet peeve of mine. So yes, I do use manual mode, and I do test it out a little bit. Alright, this one is from Abby, and this next segment is singing. So from Abby, she asks, do you ever wish you had a more separate identity instead of always being one of the Boyer sisters? Yes. I'm definitely the most independent out of us girls, and I think that's because I'm the youngest, and I just kind of want to go my own way and not really follow, but I'm also a follower, so I'm kind of both. But being singing with the girls and being known as one of the Boyer sisters is a huge part of who I am, and just the support we give each other up on stage is so huge as compared to being a soloist. But I do have my own soloist range, so to speak. I'm almost operatic how I sing whenever I have a solo. So I do love to bring that out every once in a while. And it is a little bit hard always being known as one of the Boyer sisters, but we girls have just been raised together, being best friends together, not really reaching out to other girls to find friendship. More just kind of clinging to each other, especially since we've moved to Ohio. We've been kind of forced together, and so through our teen years we've grown up together. We're best friends. So being known as one of the Boyer sisters, it goes both ways. I'm not as comfortable up on stage by myself because the support that the girls give me whenever we're together. But I do love being on my own sometimes. This next one is from a different Abby. What has been the best thing about singing with your sisters? Well, I definitely think God has used our girls' voices to draw us closer together and closer to Him. Our relationship has definitely strengthened since we've had to work with each other each evening, pull each other's hair out, and also just laugh together. Working on a song, making sure it's in tune. I definitely think that just how our relationship has been built through our singing is definitely one of my favorite things. Next one is from Jill, and she asks, which Andrew Sisters part do you sing? Technically, I sing Laverne's part, but she sings the lowest. This next one is from Victoria. What was your favorite part about the recording process of your CD? The whole thing was just so surreal. I mean, it was like, seriously, this is happening right now? Really? But I definitely think the best part was hearing the recording after it was done and finding out, oh, we actually really do sound that good, you know? People always tell us, like, you sound amazing. How did you learn to do this, etc. And we listen to recordings like, oh, really? But in the recording studio, we gave it the best we could. And so listening to the recording afterwards, it was like, oh, we don't have to take it again. That was the best part. We don't have to take it again.